Oh, my neck. Yep, I'm just gonna wait a couple seconds. Just to let some people show up potentially. Hopefully. Yeah, I also can't really tell if there's someone that is here and just isn't saying anything or what. Oh hey, someone's here. Hello. Yeah, I have some I've just been waiting for anyone to show up. Fuck, it's been 4 minutes, damn. And they're gone. I just noticed that. Wait. There are 4 2-star IDs in this banner, and I don't know why. We have Ring Otis, W Faust, Liu Ryoshu, and KK Honglu, all of which are 2 stars. Why are they here? Well, I'm ever closer to getting Cock Sinclair. Or Cock Claire. Right. Damn. Kinda wish someone would show up just so I could finally, like, do this. Yeah, fuck it. Oh, two.
신정. 그렇게 해서 버틀러라고 말할 수 있겠나? 나와, 내가 보여주지. 신속하고 정확하게.
I actually wanted that. Okay, yeah, wow, that works out really well because I just actually really wanted this. It was kind of the last thing I needed for my poise team.
그래, 끝을 볼 때가 왔고. 히스클리프, 네 놈은 내가 처리해야 할 집안일이니까.
Nice. Hickliff seemed eager too, as Hohenheim had suggested. Expressing his free spirit to the best of his capability.
Right, you go. Right, you there. Get in line. Single file, lads. Let's make this easy for all of us.
But aren't you also participating in the test with the rest of us, Heathcliff?
Yeah. But I'm the assistant.
I don't know what the fuck is going on with my Heathcliff voice. Since when do you wear glasses? Glasses are basic essentials for all researchers. Look, slightly pushing up on the glasses helps put on an air of studying it. This learned individuals like so. Yes, like how slightly pushing up on the frames of my glasses while wondering what to have for lunch makes it seem as though I'm contemplating the more profound aspect of life. Oi, let's not have this any harder than it's gotta be, lass. Snuff out that cig in your mouth. Been a while. Well, since I heard a pig squeal. Blimey, can't you just do as I say for once? Man, my Heathcliff voice is really not there. Huh. He's actually pretty effective. It seems that we are now ready to conduct tests, finally. The primary purpose of this test is to see on a physical level how your current abilities scale compared to yourselves before your hiring. I see, so we're testing to see how much they've progressed since before they've joined the company. I had a feeling this would happen, but the mere mention of the word progress caused a rather loud ruckus among the sinners. If I were to speak for myself, executive manager, I can confidently say that the thorough thought of progressing as a person in all aspects of life is ingrained into my very being. Thus, as a root of those efforts, I've grown to a much more practical, and sophisticated, and scarfing in my criticisms of others' mistakes. Is that progression, though? Perhaps I've learned to let certain thoughts rest in favor of others. I once allowed myself to be trapped in an overlong reminiscing of wonders of all manners. I'd abide as though I was consumed by my very thoughts. Now I have come to accept certain things as they are. Oh. I've come to sometimes allow myself to form brief benefit of righteous reasons, floating away gently as though on a rolling steam. Is that not quite pleasant? Okay. I guess that is progression of sorts. I'm pretty sure I'm less of a picky eater than I used to be. My grip strength is much stronger too. Oh. Look, I think I'm getting calluses on my palms. Well, you don't really need to try to prove it to us. Because the enemies we've been fighting have been getting stronger too. That's an undeniable truth. We did experience a pretty spectacular year, you know. Spectacular. A brutal year. Yet so protest with satisfaction. True. I guess growing rather there does come with time, huh? Right? Feel like the bonds between us got a lot deeper. We've all grown closer, you know? Like Lou.
Like Lou. I like it. A certain misunderstanding seems to be brewing in tandem with this uplifting exchange of heart to hearts. Allow me to step in and nip it in the butt. Let me give it to you straight. All of your abilities were diminished the moment you were hired by this company. Equally defanging and depowering, if you will. Equally defanging? In other words, all of your abilities have been brought down to the same general level as our 11th sinner here. Why are you pointing at me for reference? If this is what you meant earlier by growing closer like Lou, then I suppose it's quite an admirable choice of word. Boy, take that back.
Let me take it back. Not. Oh, you're not really much stronger than I am. Huh. Whoa, sing. Is that the sound of your sense of self-preservation shattering it into the ether?
That's it, you bloody...
Excuse me. I need to know why that happened. Did we all get depowered because of the golden bow? Wait. Does this have anything to do with those chains that appeared when we first entered into a contract with Dante? Indeed. One of the powers of the golden bow is connection. We're all now a little frail. Eventually and equally mediocre. Owenheim's comments and the subsequent stare seemed a bit targeted. Think of it as something akin to the Kleefoff deterrent employed by Lobotomy Corporation. So the truth is finally revealed. This is why I, Otis, grew so pathetically weak the moment I joined the company. Art thou implying that thou, as always, known? Of course. Had I been in my prime, I could have walked the floor with you miserable dolts in a mere matter of seconds. To wipe the floor with floor mats?
Man, we're all so... I'm just saying whatever. Or once the burden of proof is gone. So that's why my murderous arm has been quiet since they hired me. Doesn't really have anything to do with my heart after all. Gregor. Boy, what's the use of all this chatter? What's the matter? Right. What matters is that we've all been brought down to the level of the lad. But I got calluses on my palm. Yet I am not. Yet not all Golden Bow's effects appear to have maced to us. These things started carefully attempting to navigate through a conversation that appeared to be turning into a tinderbox. Was it not the adventures granted to us by the Golden Bough, implanted in the pallid whale, the great lake, by which we triumphed? What? Really? Correct. Had the pallid whale been at its full strength, it is highly likely that we may have still been trapped inside its stomach, struggling to survive. Also, it could be said that the diminishing effect was not applied in equal measures across affected subjects. That makes sense. I guess I could never not. I guess I never could have knocked Heathcliff out with one punch if I was only as strong as Sink. It's a really handy trick, you know? Additionally, certain individuals' quirks cannot be suppressed by the Golden Bough. Certain quirks that one may consider to be individual isolation. Oh, well that explains Ryoshu's impressive blade work with Mr. Bull back at T-Corp's factory. Yeah. Don't waste my breath. Boast. Won't waste my breath, boast. You never do anyways. Well, if your strengths have indeed progressed since the onboarding, then the adventures must have risen as well. One of the promises of these tests is to measure that very difference. Oh, well, what exactly goes into these tests? I know that a district that used a machine that can analyze most aspects of a subject with a quick scan. So is it going to be something like that? There are dozens, if not hundreds, of ways to discern one's abilities without assistance of machinery. In fact, I know of a perfect appointment measure for this group. Perfect appointment methodology. We spent some time of our busy schedule to tailor each test to each center of the LCB. That was pretty tough, I'll have you guys know. Tailor tests for each center, huh? I don't really like the sound of that, if you ask me. We will utilize a pecanculum and distortion phenomenon. Don't sound much like some super innovative method. That doesn't sound like some super innovative method you were building up to. What a letdown. Huh? Honestly, for all their talk, I thought they'd come up with something more impressive than that. Assistant. Alright, that's enough chatter. Now, get in there. Support. Sinclair. Here.
군주가 주군께서 모이를 뿌리셨으니 뱃대에서 내려 전장으로.
Alright. Time for some good old-fashioned let's... Alright, let's see. First one on the blocks. Euclid had already begun flipping through the papers in his hands. With an what an unfamiliar sight. Right, you and you there, inside, now. Heathcliff, the assistant, pointed towards Hong Lu and Sinclair. Hello? 1, 2, testing. Am I coming through? As you must be well aware by now, Bacanculum are entities that have failed to even distort. It seems like we'll be fighting the Bacanculum again. Oh, right. I have a question. And something that's been nagging at me the whole time since I arrived. Aren't these tests basically just us killing people for no reason? They're all safely contained, which means they don't pose any danger to anyone. Why is he being such a blubber? Bleeding hard all of a sudden. Oi, we've been slaughtering countless scorns of those snobs. So what's the holdup now? Yeah, but you didn't have any choice back then because we were on a mission and... Do you believe that taking a life to take life is unlike taking a life for the sake of it? Do you believe that taking a life to live is unlike taking a life for the sake of it? I do. I understand. It seems that human memory is after all, made to be finite. Save for exceptional individuals, people are prone to
misplacing.
Oh my, thank you. I didn't even know you joined. Yeah, I've just been here for like 30 minutes now, just kind of going through this.
I figure.
Yeah. People are prone to misplacing memories, even from yesterday. So, who are they, Dante? Who do you believe they are? This group you lead. Give Haito. Yes, it is the white noise. Given the established communicational difference between us, allow me to make this multiple choice. 1, family. 2, friends. 3, colleagues. I guess they're closest to colleagues? Dante says 3, colleague. Dante says 3, colleagues. Hong Lu was practically squished against the containment unit window, holding up 3 of his fingers. He must have heard us talking. Incorrect. It's none of the above. Truth is that they are sinners. Not family, not friends, not colleagues. prisoners. I know. But the knowledge of something and the acceptance of it must be distinguished. I learned that people are prone to forgetting their place when the going gets easy, when life becomes comfortable enough for them to consider luxury. To consider the luxury of timely meal was to be a certainty. Thus, I found their reminders to be quite useful. How's my Hohenheim voice?
No, but you need to sound more robotic, because that's really how he sounds.
Yeah, it would also just be funny if I went for Hohenheim from Full Metal Alchemist. I learned that people are prone to... I might just do that. These sinners bound to Limbus Company.
He said the thing.
These sinners bound to Limbus Company are still...
Hold on.
Fodder, or by their chains and shackles. Naturally, they have no access to such a thing as the right to refuse. Doing it with, like, Hohenheim from Full Metal Alchemist feels so weird. I'm doing, like, this weird-ass hand thing just to make sure I get the voice. Name dropped the game, then Heathcliff blind lines. Or would it be easier for you? Sorry.
I didn't name drop mines because if you notice, he said chains and shackles, which is what Heathcliff and Corrosion does on his Mind's Ego.
Really?
Yeah. Hold on. Wait, let me find the gift.
You mean the Bind's ego?
Yeah, the Mind's Ego.
Okay. Alright. Or would it be easier for you to accept the fact that if I were to suggest that your concern is that at a mere existence of your responsibilities?
Extension.
I know they're sinners, but you can't talk to them like... translate... Oh wait, no, fuck. Translations are unnecessary. I think I get the picture of what was said, given the atmosphere of this room. Dante, were you agreed to the contract, you made a deal of sorts to gain something to your benefit. Am I correct? Your memories, your head, your past. There must be so much that you would like to know. Perhaps you desire to get them back. Your desire to get them back is what stops you from simply quitting. What I mean to say is that this little demonstration is that no one in this room has any right to grumble or refuse.
Hello, child.
Faust, is he usually... Hello, child. Yes, this is his usual demeanor. Hello? I know I'm not the one talking, but you don't exactly have a lot of friends, do you? Those who rise above their peers tend to attract a certain degree of hostility from others. Now, shall we begin? We are severely behind schedule. Well, I'm sorry, just doing this voice for him is so funny to me. Well, the combatants do what they do. Please pay attention to the following presentation about the Picatulum projected onto this glass panel. This lecture has been prepared with the assistance that its studies have an average level of knowledge. So if you consider this presentation to be boring or too difficult to understand, then you may consider your knowledge level below average. All this matter. This seems quite... all this
Elementary.
elementary to me. Not sure what's so difficult about it. Yeah, save for that. Yeah, save that
When the
for when the lecture actually starts. As you must already know, there are several categories of Picatulum. As far as I am aware, the highest state of Picatulum you have observed was in stage 3, so far at least.
Wherefore, thou hast uttered muttering of so far at least at the end of the nine words? Good sir?
Sharp. Well, it is simple. We researchers have a habit of avoiding absolutes in all things. Never say never, or so they say. Oh, you're not rushing out the possibility that we might run into Picatulum beyond stage 3, huh? Indeed, we prefer not to let down. We prefer to not put down such
Arbitrary limitations.
arbitrary limitations. Anyway, the first type of many Picatulum is to be covered today is Picatulum Irie. Red Picatulum of Wrath. The nature of fire is to burn, and burn until there is nothing left to be burned. I see. But they're quite literally burning with rage. Now that I think back on it, didn't you experience something like that before, Sinclair? I remember you screaming so ferociously that you could hardly control your own body. On the other hand, I don't think I've ever seen you get angry or upset, Honglu. That's because the realization of the meaningless expression. The reason for
Extinguishment.
Pardon?
Meaningless. Meaningless.
Okay.
Extinguishes.
Because the realization of meaningless extinguishes the reason to spark for the spark to start a fire. Oh, I see now. No matter how much Heathcliff or Otis bully me, expressing my anger at that is meaningless at the end of the day. Okay. I did enjoy it a little when I had to accidentally step on Heathcliff's toe. But wait, what exactly is the takeaway supposed to be here? Yes. That is exactly how it is. The end of that was such a was just disjointed.
Do you struggle with reading Oldham Hand's lines, by the way?
A little, but not too much.
Alright.
Like, I know I get some things wrong, and yeah, but I also just don't care that much.
고작 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이 저 혈압도 바로 도려내라. 길을 혈압도 바로
What does his counter do?
조심하시죠. 전장에서
I love how I didn't
give-
even
give
need to
up.
like look at his kit to know it would be a counter.
It gives you block flame, and block flame basically skill 2. You gain an extra dice on your skill 2, and it turns all your coins from skill 3 to unbreakable coins.
Okay.
짐승들의 죄를 풀겠다. 다음은 어디로?
You want your blue counter.
전장에서 촌딱처럼 짐승들의 죄를 풀겠다. 피가 끓어오르는 게 쏘아먹힐 테니까. 혈압도 봐라.
I'm actually like impressed that Project Moon was able to like get an accurate, like to actually make Sinclair move like a chicken. Like I'm actually impressed.
고작 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나.
Wait until you see the pig and the ox. Go on, child. Go on.
짐승들의 재갈을 풀겠다. 고작 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나.
Oh yeah, I did an MD extreme run like yesterday. White Noise already know.
You told me about that.
Yeah,
Go for
I
it.
didn't beat it, but
Yeah.
the funny thing is, I know full well, had I kept at it, I would have beat it. It's just like, it was
Nice.
super late, so I just decided to give up on it.
You know, you can just always come back to it later, though.
Yeah, but also, eh.
날개를 펼치고 백품을 걸어. 다긋하게 저 혈압도 바로 도려내라. 길을 고작 이 정도 탕류의 허덕이나. 다음은 어디로?
That was easy.
Your game got like monk.
Pardon?
I thought your game got soft lock for a moment because it just stare at like Hamdu and Sinclair.
또 한 줄
Yeah, I don't think, like, we were meant to beat it that fast.
핏물진 길일 뿐이지만
Yeah.
세월이 지나면
Oh yeah, also,
Back then I struggled on that
그제야
one.
알게 되겠지.
okay. Also, I, like, did the 000 ID extraction thing, and I got this.
Yeah. Nice. One of the best IDs for like solo
Yeah.
or boss stage solo. Is it up now? You know, worry going down, you can still model my lay hammer sound.
Yeah, I just, like, actually don't know what to use.
You don't need like an actual team, just like strong ideas work do.
Yeah, I guess. my only good Faust ID. Like, that's leveled.
연료는
의로움을 세우기 위해서라면
사냥감인가 몸이.
You there. Up next, you three. Let's get in there. Indoor voice. Well, indoor voice will do, but we can hear you just fine without you shouting at the top of your lungs. Now, let us discuss the Catulum pigleti. Loth. Stones are sturdy, but that's all there is.
That's
to
all
them.
there is.
They are directionless and unmoving, completely sturdy to intervention.
Inertia.
Inertia. They are trapped in their current lot in existence until someone else comes along to roll them away. Truly, there is no better symbol for sloth than them. It is effective to live within the bounds of regal,
Oh, rigidly.
rigidly established
Rigidly.
routines.
Routines.
Getting lumped in with these two makes me real subconscious all of a sudden. Like I'm just some lazy inadequate. Do not compare yourself to Faust, Gregor. Should Faust become the point of reference for someone's competence, the overwhelming majority of the city's population would be deemed incompetent. I'll admit that I'm not the most diligent person in the room, but I'm taking back that comment about being incompetent. Check this out, fellas. I'm not that ash just yet. Changing the law into charging a loan into who danger poses too late. This will be harder than expected. Let us provide assistance.
받아볼 텐가.
Oh wait, that was Fire Fist. I didn't even process that.
떨어지 같은 놈들. 남길 말은 없겠지.
불가 위험 막아내지 못해.
받아볼 텐가.
I know there's a way on Faust Skill 2 to like
개의치 않고 말씀을.
oh wait, never mind. That's just the damage conditional. The only way to get it is through assisted defense. Fun.
Make sure the move on a post move, is it attacking her? Yeah, if they're post move, okay. Oh. Yeah, they are all attacking her, so no use to like do defense.
Okay, no, that one isn't.
Okay. You might also wanna offset the block. Let's take improve protection.
Yeah, but also I don't want to kill them just yet.
Okay. Just make sure though, you need to clear this in 9 turns.
Really?
Yeah, that's a condition up there. You have a king.
Oh yeah, and sometimes I just don't get this.
Oh yeah, you need her passive. You need her passive.
Oh.
Which requires yeah, you missing
I
one
wish
ability.
I knew
And then
that.
like you see the condition no of the stage there beside the Dante thing. No, look at the Durante. Look at the Durante.
Oh, okay, now I see it.
Yeah.
불가 위야. 막아내지 못하리.
That explains why it can feel so awkward to ramp up Faust sometimes.
Yeah.
전격발.
You might wanna transform almost all this turn. If it's skill free and then use his counter so he like goes into his other form. Because next turn you might gonna clear it very fast. And make sure you kill both of these. Alright.
불가 위야. 막아내지 못하리. 이제 깨우치시겠.
그렇게 서 있으니 목이 떨어질 수밖에.
Right.
Alright. Just make sure you offset the block by the way. It gains like a lot of protection from blocking. And by that I mean the boss's block. Try to offset it if you can.
언제까지 버티나 보자고.
Okay, I can finally actually start using Faust. I also don't really fully understand what exactly determines how much.
전력으로 상대해봐. 전탄격발.
Oh yeah, you didn't trigger it because his clash counter was like countering for you. It don't matter that much here, you can just try to kill this one before the turn. Getting over with.
You know what? I don't care at this point.
Yeah, just try to clear it at this point.
Ramping up Faust can be like so weird.
It's very fast if you just like gain 5 gluttony first turn, and then wrap her up by defense from there. he gets the AoE.
전력으로 승부해봐.
The screen froze again.
오늘 부끄럽지 않았습니다. 의의를 바로 세우는 데 일조하였으니 내일은 더 떳떳이 살아갈 수 있겠군요.
What on purpose?
I'm sorry, I was just like actually processing how far we've gone.
Okay. You could also just model support because you know it helps it going faster. I think.
Yeah, do I still get that?
Yeah, you do. As long as you know you have big equip.
Oh, I can't do anything for Sinclair, but eh.
Yeah. You gotta do something for all this because like level 40, you should probably swap her out, huh?
This will do.
알고 침식도 양호.
Just make sure you dump the counter for Jordan first turn so she goes deep first.
Yep. Next up, blood. Next up, blue. Gluttony. Roots
I like the change in your accent.
Roots of plants dig through the dirt, searching for nutrients. What desires? What discourages? What
Distinguishes them.
What distinguishes them is, however, that they are not satisfied with substance
Satisfied.
alone. The roots continue to grow, seeking increasingly greater supply of nutrients. Hang on a minute. What's this? Heathcliff, after flipping through a few more pages ahead, looked at Hohenheim and shouted, "Are we really going to do this song and dance for each and every one of these Pikachulam? Why don't we lump them together like how you paired up the Why don't you... Give me a second, I know that. I read that. Why don't we lump them together like how you paired up us sinners? Running low on patience already? Only simpletons would make such a basic suggestion. The standard protocol, in case you weren't aware. I'm also unhappy about this protocol, but sometimes we must swallow our complaints and do as we're told for the sake
Of proper test result.
test results. Make a valid proposition. What? Very well, I also fail to see the necessity in fighting these Pikachulam one by one. Especially given the busy schedule ahead of us. Your suggestion is accepted, Assistant. Huh? What? Really? Aren't you the one who suggested it? We didn't have to fight the one. We didn't have to fight them one by one anyway. Then why did we do this from the start? Because testing them one by one yields more accurate results. Studies suggest that the margin of error may grow by 0.06% when testing multiple entities at once.
Yes,
I
child.
see, but I say
but I say the benefits of a smaller margin of error outweighs the convenience of lumping them all together. Why didn't you produce this plan? Why don't we
Proceed as planned.
proceed as planned? Bloody hell, just let it go, yeah? Yeah, Otis, come on. This very carelessness is why. I think we can risk a 0.0% greater margin of error, right? Indeed, it's sometimes necessary to prioritize effectiveness over pushing for perfection. I will abide by the executive manager's judgment. Did they say they were going? Very well, then allow me to explain the potential metaphor loom as well. Have you ever immersed yourself in deep waters? Quite easy to sink to the depths, no? However, the depths one things, the harder does it become to rise again. The pressure suffocates you from all distance, no matter how much you thrust around. Desperately looking for something to grab onto. All you'll find is
Futility.
Such is gloom. I suppose one of the benefits of working for this company is that it is considered
Constant motion.
It is constant motion, gives no time for such emotions to drag us down, especially now that we have some level of confidence that they may actually keep their end of the contract. Oh, sounds like a discussion brewing, disagreements brewing. Even after I joined the bus team, I still felt like I was
Floundering
deep in some ditch, you know? Though, well, I'm the only one here because I'm only here because I want to be here, but still. Are you sure you're in that ditch by choice? And maybe you just don't know how to rise to the surface again. Huh. I don't appreciate hearing that from someone who doesn't even know what I'm talking about. Well, it's all ready to go now. In you go. You too, assistant. You aren't exempt from the test. Huh? Me too. Perfect timing. I've been getting a bit tired of all this
mental exercise.
Mental exercise, right? Right then, let's wrap this up quick.
Defeat. Oh, don't let them detonate. Go lang.
이 땅과 만인에게 손끝이라도 대려는 자가 있다니.
Stop winning the clashes.
You could have just put her to unopposed class, you know? There you go. Counterweight our king.
지킬 게 많거든. 지킬 게 많거든. 기대받지 않은 것들을 모조리 치워버린다.
서도록 할까?
이 땅과 만인에게 손끝이라도 대려는 자가 있다면
속에서
지키기 위해서 차라리 정리하겠습니다. 기대받지 않은 것들을 모조리
유라니야. 죽도록 달릴 시간이다.
You should say the AOE.
Hmm?
I'm just saying. You should say the AOE on Heathcliff.
목을 내놓고
Yeah, save it
있도록
for next turn.
비명을 질러라.
My sorry.
기대받지 않은 것들을 모조리 치워버린다.
You can let make more and despair twice if you want to.
둘 수 없다면 직접 후회를 새겨주게. 둘 수 없다면 직접 후회를 새겨주게. 서도록 할까?
날카롭고 정확하게.
Your audio is very creepy right now.
What?
Your gameplay audio is so crispy right now.
Why?
찌그러져 있도록
I don't know, like your stock attack to sound file or something. But this quick attack doesn't sound like that, you know.
It must just be. I'm assuming it's from Discord because it sounded perfectly fine to me.
Okay, yeah, it's probably from the stream. Because it sounds like your game is about to like explode itself.
끝인가?
Huh.
정말 한 톨도 남지 않았나? 그렇다면 어째서 이 분노가 끝나지 않는 거지?
I wish I could level this ID to, like, actually level.
Roland,
Hmm.
how many module bosses do you have, bro?
Listen, I don't want to, like, okay, I have I have, like, 3 IDs I need to level, and then, like, my entire fucking Tremor team.
But the Ahab is now 8, bro. Ahab is not Warfake anymore. She's fully replaced, bro. She's not Warfake.
Okay, who do I use then? Because one...
I'm not gonna lie, you really lack on IDs. Sorry, hold on, let me see.
like,
you go.
1,
Okay,
2,
so
3,
1, 2,
4, 5, 6.
3.
Oh,
you
7.
like sync association thing.
Yeah, no, okay, right, so I
maybe-
don't even need to level that one.
Yeah.
Okay,
Besides,
but I
Ahab
still
like
need to,
losing
like,
SP.
actually
you-
level my Tremor team, so I have an excuse to use this thing in my... in MD, because I didn't use it during my most recent bleed run.
But brother, you said like you still need to level up your travel team, and she's on your travel team, so you have an excuse to level her up, you know.
Yeah.
Bro, just level her up, bro. Come on.
보는 눈은 여기서 저만큼 무능.
이제야 부르나. 좀
Also, I'm just saying you might need to model a support of HML.
Pardon?
She's level 40, so.
Oh, wait.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying you
no.
might need tomorrow is more for it, you know?
준비한 대로만 하면.
Well then, well they weren't too much trouble. Next up, you two, get in there. Wait, Ryoshu? With Ryoshu? Let's do this, I guess. S-T.
Yes. T.
Oh, the
What?
child wants to do Ryoshu.
Okay, you can do Ryoshu. He wants to switch teams. Really? Now? What's your problem this time, Ryoshu?
Duelist, I think, doesn't interest me. Still so much to through. Can't even impel that sitting nerd over there.
I don't think she'll have too much trouble impaling Hohenheim.
I'd much rather watch that blood field fight again. Don't speak of me. I'm just like the pickle.
Oi, she wants to switch teams. Is that alright? Of course not. You heard the man. Let's go.
I'll admit that my harpoon is not as sharp as it used to be. And I'll admit that I've lost a bit of my edge since then. But we're all sailing on the same boat. I'm not going to hold you or anyone else back. I'm always ready to go back to razor sharpness when the need arises.
Swapping you go and sing and start making food for yourself.
Lass, I thought I've been clear enough on this. Switching teams ain't a thing.
Pikachu supervised. Hohenheim und on as if
Droned on,
Ricky
bickering.
bickering
bickering.
sinners didn't exist in his world. Wheels, symbol of technology and the vector of humanity's ultimate pursuit. The wheel, in its boundless pride, rolls on in search of the perfect circle, something unconcerned even by nature. Yet it remains unclear of the fresh fast it reels, nor the grease it triumphs in its path. Isn't that just confirmed?
Confidence.
Confidence.
Not pride. You can't get anything. Can't get anything done just sitting idly in place. One might say that pride is but another name for overconfidence. It proclaims trailblazer, or those who have never tasted failure. Ah, to someone like you, Hohenheim? Well, that certainly is a perspective. Next up is looks of lust. Moving on just like that, huh? The meaning of the Pikachu looks of lust. Not exactly what it says on the tin. More
Illustrated. Illustrated.
Illustrated description would say that, yes. Observation, obsession to spread a fragment
Obsession.
of what forms the self, desire to procreate,
Propagate.
to breed.
Propagate?
Saying that in like Hohenheim from Full Metal Alchemist feels weird.
Of course, there is little more to this. Of course, there is more to
Concept.
this concept than just that. While the other word itself might be subject to interpretation, limited to carnal understanding. Share one's knowledge, one's ideals, to invite others and together to understanding of the overt of oneself. You seek to express that, explain that such things are lots as well. Not bad. I always appreciate these descriptions with
Discussions.
leisure. There never is any dead air. Made it, Heathcliff. All of this flew right over your head, didn't it?
Well, you're not unnecessary.
Keyframe's fucked up. Shut up and get in there.
시간 끌 것 없이 모조리 지워버리죠. 무상한 목숨. 불끈을 지원할 뿐. 흑수묘 뜀박질 준비. 숨통 끊기. 숨통 끊기. 가치 없군. 죽어라. 무상한 목숨. 불끈을 지원할 뿐. 최근은 좋았어요. 흑수묘 뜀박질 준비. 가치 없군. 죽어. 최근은 좋았어요. 시간 끌 것 없이 모조리 치워버리죠. 숨통 끊기. 가치 없군. 죽어라. 시간 끌 것 없이 모조리 치워버리자. 아직 죽지 마라. 거스라긴. 시도는 좋았어요. 시간 끌 것 없이 모조리 치워버리죠. 가치 없군. 죽어라. 좋아. 생동감이 살아있는 좋은 공간이 됐군. 다음 먹잇감도 이런 식이었으면 좋겠어.
책임은
흑수, 우필, 만곡된 직선을 직선으로 질주하겠소.
Certainly. Right in time for young Isak and I to face the test.
The nature of our test shall take the form of as Pikachu individual. I assume that we all have first-hand experience with static shocks.
Huh? No static shock has out to do with envy?
Anyone who has been subject to both static shock and envy of others must know that their shock in the same manner as the former does.
I'll comprehend in thy explanation.
Ah, I see. To explain in plainer, explain. Miss Don Quixote, have you ever? You have always been fond of, and held great respect for the illustrious color fixer. Am I correct?
Merely, I should be the second of none of their passions of them to be me sure.
Now imagine yourself at a concert of sorts, in which the said illustrious color fixer are holding an event to dismate their autographs, and imagine that you are part of the excited queue.
Indeed, I have mentally placed myself there. Proceed.
Yet, in great misfortune, the event comes to a close. Mere moments before you were to receive your autograph.
Oh, come on! I played that such so.
Now do imagine what sort of emotion you would feel for the fellow fan who received the final autograph immediately before you were to receive yours.
Dear,
Even the envy, the chance was robbed.
Well, don't be quite jealously burning mine heart. I have a tingly sensation and oh,
My, you're certainly explaining things, don't you? I suppose all scorns are kindred spirits after all. You two quit the shit wagon and get in there.
literally, then onward to new adventure.
Stream's lagging. Then I shall follow.
Yay.
Why'd they have to roll so high on head?
No, that sucks.
Dawn, roll heads.
엎드리도록.
Oh, and fun fact in this fight, the game chooses the identities that can easily defeat your centers because of their weakness of slashing, ears, and something like that.
일기당천. 물 넘고 꺾고 제쳐라. 모든 것에 견뎠어.
가족을 위해
모든 것에 견뎠어.
나는 어떤 말도 할 수 없어. 가족을 위해
There's more. Yippee.
가족을 위해
마음 놓고 열어젖히고 하나 넘고 물 넘고 거꾸로 제쳐라.
엎드리도록 꿰뚫려라. 오랜 목마름도 어버이를 향한 죄책감도 피를 마시는 순간에는 생각나지 않을 거다. 그러니 가릴 것 없이 마음껏 마셔.
Yay.
그게 우리가 이룰 수 있는 유일한 꿈이니까.
Only 4 to go.
군주가 나선다.
명을 받든 의로움을 이제야 부르나.
말뚝을 쑤셔 넣어주자. 흑수.
보는 눈은 있네요. 여기서 저만큼 유능한 인재는 흔치 않죠.
걸맞는 곳이어야 할 거다.
독재팀
연료는 잔뜩 준비해뒀지.
준비한 대로만 하면.
The fountain that led to this destination was led
To the
by none
sister.
other than Yi Sang, whose only sin was an innocent, tragically
Casual.
casual comment. But sometime after we ran our final tests. Please vacate the room, people. Clean up coming through. Apologies. Miss Don Quixote, as ought to.
Pretty. Well, for the moment, the shoelace upon losing a has become undone.
What? How? Remember, like 7 different knots on your shoe?
Yet, we're quite the heaviest success. So it was about this in me. I have tied one of them once again as shaped of a ribbon.
Yeah, that knot. Yeah, the knots don't look that great. Also not. Ribbons are cute. Oh boy. Yet, one must begin to wonder about the consequences of Miss Don Quixote is freeing her feet from Rocinante at her present state.
Whatever Arthur's suggestion, Rocinante is none other than light and sea, but pain itself. Touch and dare sever the bond between us.
It was very
Worry.
quiet. He posed toward
Miss Faust, yet I appreciate your answer all the same. And Faust's reply was what set fire upon rather
Combustible
conservant
foundation.
foundation. I cannot know.
She does
What?
not know.
An obvious outcome given that no relevant data has ever been collected. Well then, no time like the present to collect, huh? Good thing we're in a lab too. Where else are we going to get another chance to do that? This course of action is highly
Inadvisable.
ill-advised. Inadvised.
Inadvisable. Yes,
Inadvisable.
inadvisable.
Yeah, that sounds like a bad... Yeah, sounds like a bad time to me. I heard all kinds of horrible stuff happened on that train the moment her shoes came off. Sure did.
But that's...
Yeah, no, I'm just like replying to Verda.
It was an independent decision called by Racionante itself to the certain extreme circumstances that had not to do with my will.
Well, you know, potato. I was already quite aware that the core of that individual may well lie in her pair of running shoes.
Finally, the shouldn't treat the person such as I as some useless shell.
What if we slip her shoes off? And again, real quick. The standards here at LCE Department demand precise
Measurements.
partial
Precise measurements.
precise measurements. In other words, these tests would be meaningless if we are measuring is a hollow shell.
Ooh, shell!
We have interluded your
Predictable provocation enough.
we've indulged your
Predictable provocation.
predictable provocation enough, Hohenheim. It seems necessary to remind you that you have not yet received the full report of what transpired during that incident. In other words, you are risking the occurrence of an unexpected event. You concern yourself unnecessarily. The construct of my laboratory bounds are rather strong built.
Solid build.
Not even abnormalities of the more powerful side of things could push a hole in its walls. Oh, very well. I will not force your hand. However, due to your unwillingness, I will
Behold.
the record as such in my research journal. Due to the concerned sinner's ultimate terrified reaction at the prospect of having to remove her shoes, I must unfortunately leave only half-completed test result here. Hi, Pirate Team. I don't know why I didn't say hi to you sooner. Sure, let's hear it.
Utterly terrified!
And for your information, these were research reports are stored for at least a decade. Yes, we will have possession of a full record of your in cowardice
Oh,
for
I
at least 10 years.
see.
How come NA? Research subject was too scared to participate.
After much contemplation, I have come to conclude, dear Susanante, instead of mowing at the spikes as well.
Pirate team somehow.
The spikes as well.
I don't. Okay, I know a fair bit about Runa. The ending of LobCorp, however, I do not really know anything about. I know like the obvious gist of the light going off and Angela stopping that, but that's all I know. I do not know anything else outside of that. So, if it involves that, I'm gonna probably say hold off, since I actually want to experience that with me beating LobCorp. Okay, that's all I need to know, just like the light and Angela stopping it.
And I, Don Quixote, has shown demonstrate before that Don Quixote in her car still, with Rocinante's assistance.
Are you sure this is a good idea, Fal? One time, if your employment at Limbus Company ever comes to an ultimate termination, I suppose the cause will be rather apparent. Your highly irresponsible level of curiosity. Not a good idea, got it. That would be my greatest honor as a researcher. Hey, if anything goes wrong, Yisang will be on the ready to slip those shoes right back onto your feet in a moment's notice, okay? I shall be on the ready.
Behold me not with such excessive anticipation. Oh, there shouldn't be any relation here.
Don Quixote begins to untie her shoes, seething.
The 7-layer not proceed. Quite difficulty, young Ishmael. Wherefore hast thou tied this course with such unreverentness?
I was hoping they'd be the last knots those shoes would ever tie. Those shoelaces would ever tie.
Of course. There we go. Rest thee, will Rocinante. For I.
The sinners and I were all quite nervously, and none of us stepped forward to stop this experiment. Why didn't we stop this? Was it all because we thought we knew removing Rocinante didn't necessarily mean that she'd be losing control, because we last saw its effect on
The warp
W
triangle.
Corp and at La Mancha Land? Or was it because we assumed that Rocinante was now just a decoration, and now that Don Quixote had accepted her past essential, removing it wouldn't affect her psyche at all? Whatever the case was, it was a mistake to ignore that nagging feeling. These researchers don't know that facing Don Quixote, Sancho, the second kindred is like. Also, Pirate. We do. Also, Pirate Team, I'm still waiting for you to like finish what you were saying.
Mother. Oh, mother. Our existence there in perpetually. Complete us, fill our hunger. We pray upon you. Fill us with the blood of humans, with the blood of humans.
The teeming, shouting voices suddenly began to echo in my head. These voices were all of children he had embraced. Perhaps it was the blood fiend's instinct giving voice. In part,
Printed upon
yet in
them.
part upon them at the moment of their birth.
Proliferate.
Proliferates this decision, embrace the unending hunger for blood,
Propagate
the family.
the
Oh,
family.
okay. Your Wi-Fi went out. So many voices, so much yelling, so much desire. Every single kindred that has ever existed in the past kneels before Don Quixote.
Oh, dear mother. Dear children. When shall we be permitted to quench this thirst for blood?
I must drink blood. I have to drink all the blood. All the blood that the family desires to drink, I must. Dante, wake up. Ain't this a lot like the last time at the building when the fire on his head suddenly exploded? I gotta get a hold of myself. Thirst. My body can't even feel thirst. It doesn't make any sense. I'm okay. I'm okay now. What did you see, Dante? If I want to bring Don Quixote back, we're going to need to quell her thirst somehow. We need something to satisfy the
Right.
combined thirst, the desire of every single kindred. That's not good. Do you keep any blood in here? Let's at least try to quell what's... Dust. I'm at... Yeah, this intervallo takes place after Canto 7. So if you don't want spoilers, it's nice to have you here, but also you'll likely get spoiled. So yeah, just giving you a preemptive warning.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have some blood samples if you need them. Damn it. Have you been listening to what the executive manager's been saying? It's combined thirst of every single kindred. A few blood samples aren't going to do anything. Sorry to hear that, Pirate Team. So you're going to sit here and do nothing? Ain't this just a matter of getting her shoes back on? Right, he's saying shoes. Get those shoes back on her feet. If not, the bizarre wall pressure surrounds her.
And this is one luxurious, good flavor.
Good luck and have fun, Dust.
Like this. I brought those luxuriant cigarettes for our last bonus.
These readings are incredible. Such power, even in a state that is, for all intents and purposes, completely
Immunization?
even sationed. Sorry, I was just reading what Pirate Team was saying. What? You egging her on, knowing this would happen? I had many outcomes in mind. Some were quite similar to this, but this is beyond even the most extreme of my predictions. How the
fuck are you so calm about this? We're going to do something. You haven't even seen how hard the last hit. That would be... What would be the use panicking now? If the outcome does not align with the prediction, the first course of action should be to analyze the given data. However, it doesn't seem like our containment measures will be the answer here. Thus, the task of stopping her falls straight onto all of you. Time for us to pay the price of curiosity.
Let's die.
이건 직원들에게 유리한 상황 같아요. 이 상황을
Right.
개체를
I
제압하는
also
데
need...
이용할 수 있을지.
Damn, this is actually like a really good start. I need to like use the washroom, so I'm probably, yeah, like I'm gonna... Yeah, like I'm gonna do that. And I'll be right back. Yeah, well, Moeller, Ishmael, also is kind of known for soloing everything in the game. Right, I'll be right back.
뭐야? 이거 멈췄나? 설마 아무런 지휘도 안 하고 가만히 있는 겁니까, 단테?
stream's lagging. Okay, right. I doubt we... Actually, I don't think we would fight the abnormalities, just because of the fact that we know from LOR that certain abnos got trapped in books, and like you literally fight them. So they're not actually like roaming around, I'm pretty sure.
흑수묘 신박대 춤.
Oh, fuck. Why did she gain?
토끼를 본다. 저 해충들을 도려내라. 묘여,
자로요.
길을
봄에
여.
많은 것을 상기시키는 연유가 무엇인가?
물넘고 꺾고 제철.
나라도 그렇게 했을 테지. 이만하면 훌륭하고요.
사실 이런 보모구실은 제가 아니라 세피라들의 역할이긴 하죠. 관리자님도 알다시피 저는 언제나 수십 명의 몫을 해내고 있으니까요.
일기당천. 다음 세상으로
Also,
넘어가려면
there's a specific line in the ending of Verona that I suggest you look at. It's at the very, very end. Is Honor still alive?
숨통 끊기.
효율적인 대처로 개체를 꿰뚫었습니다. 참고로 기계는 입에 발린 말 따위 쉽게 하지 않아요.
뭐라는 없으니 더는 못 따라나.
틈이 벌어졌네.
He is, somehow.
한 발이면 충분해.
우리 의뢰가 아니잖아.
헤어내리.
Also, stream stopped lagging.
진짜. 지금 시간이 없대.
이건 불찰이구나.
너의 쓸모를 보여라.
감히 보던 붕대로 가만히
행색이 이상하나 그럼에도 이상이여. 내가 맞서. 내가 아시의 이상을 함께 줬던 호위 이상이여.
I have no clue why the fuck Ishmael's doing this, but you know what? I'm happy she is.
그림자 속으로 가라앉게.
Really? You saying? Also, damn.
이 몸을 온당히 벌하시면 기꺼이 죄를 받아들이나이다. 혈압도 바로 모아쳐라.
유효하군.
뛰어난 병사라도 적재적소에 쓰지 않는 무위무능한 법. 우선 전황부터 살피지.
형국 정도는 일겁다. 나머지는 칼을 휘두를 일 아닌가.
불가 위야 막아내지 못하리. 틈새로 바로.
오, 적합한 판단이었어.
덮어놓고
Oh,
공격하는
shit.
것보단 적을 잘 관찰하는 게 중요하지.
Defense really fucked up. Also, yeah, we're fucked up too. I must. I have to be the mother to all of them. Family's thirst. No, my lady. You needn't be the mother of anyone here. You're a sinner. Nothing more. Nothing less. You're a sinner. You're a sinner. Nothing more. Hi, Pirate Team. I said earlier that the Abnos are, it's actually stated in LOR that the Abnos are contained to the book, and at the very end of the true ending, there's a specific line of dialogue that has some information about the library and how it was made. So you might want to look at that for the theory. Although if we do go to the original L-Corp branch, which is very much a possibility, that is likely where we would find the most potent golden bow. That was fucking cool. I will not place the blame of this incident on anyone, Dante. Understand that no one could have expected this outcome. Given the depth of the intelligence, given the depth of the intelligence regarding the binding tool the first kindred had gifted to the third sinner. I don't know who the fuck you're talking about. What do you mean? Why does an Inquisitor have a mimicry arm? No, that's not a mimicry arm. That's an abnormality. Yeah, and moreover, they were testing on trying... That was actually like bio-augments. They were fucking around with like abno-technology and just stuff that makes abnormalities. And just, it created body horror. The wiki isn't official. Yeah, that's the thing about the wiki. It's not official. And moreover, I'm assuming you're using the Fandub wiki. That site was fucked with a lot. So... yeah. Hell, I'm pretty sure it's still fucked with to this day, so... take everything you read on there with a massive grain of salt. Well then. I haven't had that much first-hand experience with watching Virgilius fight, but this was certainly the most exhausted I've seen him after a fight. I decided to say nothing and turned the clock. After some time passed. Don Quixote, what happened? Did you lose consciousness or did something affect your memory? Manager Esquire, my memories were fine. But they heard something as soon as I removed my shoes. Voices, right? Once again, you have witnessed me? Yes, the voices. So many voices. Voices? Voices of my family. But the blood fiends of La Mancha Land are all... Sinclair trailed off. Every single blood fiend left inside La Mancha Land was killed when the amusement park collapsed. In other words, most of Don Quixote's lower kindreds were dead. That is, indeed. That is correct, but I cannot well explain how. The only way I might explain this is that it was as though my very blood remained there still. Remembered them still. I recognized some of them, and some were voices of those I deeply cared for. It seems that I was, against my own desire, made to answer my father's seat. Perhaps I always was, ever since then. And I was stuck not only on my own thirst, but the combined thirst of every single one of the children. Thirst. Indeed. I am also bound by that thirst. It is only natural because I am a blood fiend. Thus, the pressure of it all broke. Pressure of it all broke my hold of sanity, and I hurt you all. It's Don Quixote the Blood Fiend, a higher kindred, not as Don Quixote, a sinner, and your friend. Don Quixote, this isn't your fault, it's... No, such words are meaningless now. She looked down at her pair of shoes, then their strings again, neatly tied. The higher office will be
regularly supplying you with artificial blood packs. Hohenheim approached us after spending a while vigorously scribbling something in his notes. The blood suitable will be very similar to real blood in terms of composition, and we won't have any issue with supply. I don't suppose you actually believe that the mere willpower will be enough to withstand this urge. I've done quite well suppressing it thus far. Indeed. And that was practically the wreck attached to the ticking time bomb within the LCB. Stream's lagging. Must I remind you that the sound of this limiter of yours is quite tender, as today's events have demonstrated. It is your implication that produced of concerning this reckless experiment was to determine the full extent of the larger danger. I don't know. It seems like he was in on only satisfying his curiosity. Call it merely the aspect of the oppositional converse. This risk factor had to be measured sooner or later. But I know the full extent of the danger she posed. Had I known the full extent of the danger she posed, I would have immediately requested a forceful summoning of your department. Of course, as large as this void of unknowns was, we were able to fill it with much new information. Stream stopped lagging. Certain analysis can be drawn by concluding the report regarding the blood fiends and this very experiment. Let us discuss the thirst you experienced first. For example, the combined desire of every lower kindred. Indeed, it is true. The merging kindreds have combined intervaloh due to the events at La Mancha Land, but you still heard the voices of your children, yes? What are you trying to say? I am aiming to discuss the powerful binding force contained within blood. LCD's cooperational report explains that blood is not merely a carrier of nutrients, but something more. That it combines certain obtuse values as well. We sent in a complaint that the report was far too vague in its wording. We received a reply on their only site investigation. Reasoning team leaders stepped out, the contents of which were equally fascinating. This desire of their kind, thirst, something that might as well be embedded and implanted on the familiar bloodline. Normally, the weight of the thirst is far too heavy for any individual to bear, which is why they procreate to bear the unbearable burden together. But considering that all of that desire is now forced onto an individual on account of the extinction of her family line, it is easy to see why her hold to sanity was so easily broken, no matter the strength of her will. She alone was made to bear the responsibility, the pressure, the duty of having to raise a family once again. And because none of those needs are currently met, there comes the endless, habitual thirst, and more thirst. It is quite fascinating to see how your mind prevents these very abusive upstanding vow. Your kind prevails these very upstanding values in the physical form of blood. The mere words of thirst does quite the insufficient job of describing the insatiation within which you have lost control. This was my oversight, I must admit. I do respect your efforts to be liberated of your nature, I truly do, but I also maintain that it is highly advised that you regularly consume the provided blood packs. Understood. But one day I wish to dismount from Rocinante, walk bare feet, feel the earth underneath my own skin. I was able to establish one positive fact from this excursion, however. What might that be? That there are those who would quite literally throw their lives on the line to stop you if you ever were to take off your shoes. In other words, I do not believe it to be necessary for other departments to extend their to exist. Any other departments to exclude any speculation, separate control over you. Well, now that I've had first-hand account of your condition, I will write the following in the report. Still quite unstable, yet with the effort from the subject herself and the efforts of various other environmental factors, this subject has been deemed satisfactorily controllable. Once again, I do respect your efforts, or any kind of effort really, but I've never had much use for it myself. Don Quixote took a deep breath, then turned to face the sinners. By then her eyes had regained their usual softer look, streams, keyframes fucked up, but sorrow was seeping through the tone of her voice. Despite her tender manner of speak, each returning, her tone reminded me of our time at La Mancha Land. My deepest apologies, my dearest friends. Forsooth, I will ever proceed to see that Rocinante, my shoes, are never to be removed again. Alas, you're looking at it all wrong. You're going to remove those shoes one day, yeah? And that's what you're going to prevail towards. Bailey. I think she let out a brief, quiet laugh. And addressed Squire. Perchance, is there any aught that thou conclusion of my knowledge? What do you mean? I don't think so. It is no coincidence that at the very moment I noticed Faust looking in my direction. I don't know if I had made the right choice here, but... Faust nodded lightly, as though to say that I did. I stopped hastily, and the ticking noises came to a stop. Very well, then. However, I can't help but admit that I feel some degree of anxiety as I watched Don Quixote walk away, as though nothing had happened.
오늘 부끄럽지 않았습니다. 의의를 바로 세우는 데 일조하였으니 내일은 더 떳떳이 살아갈 수 있겠군요.
Yeah, I'm gonna, go to bed since it's pretty late. I did, however, make good oh, yay, I can actually get him now.
주군께서 계명을 허락하셨어요. 마침내 동문의 드글거리는 해충을 꿰찌르고 흡입할 시간이 찾아온 거죠.
Yeah, I'm gonna end stream. See you, everyone.